Hey gamers, Aksu here. You've heard about the much larger settlement bank, but you don't know how to move items between your bank and your vehicle? This video is for you. The process for moving items between your settlement bank and your ornithopter can be pretty tedious. I'll cover both deposits and withdrawals. There are some tricks to both, so be sure to watch to the end. I'm starting with withdrawals as the process is more straightforward. Here I am at Arakeen, and I'm about to load my medium ornithopter with the Trip 2 materials that I identified in my video about taking a long game break. All items to and from your bank need to pass through your backpack. Yep, that's right, your tiny little backpack. To move items to our vehicle, we use the market exchange terminal. From the sell tab, we can move the material stack from our backpack to our vehicle. Even though I've greatly edited this down, I'm still showing you the sheer number of interactions required to move these materials to your vehicle, so that you have at least some sense of what's actually required. In order to transfer more items at one time, I'm freeing up more backpack slots and volume by depositing my extra stuff into the bank. And you could even take this further by removing all of your equipped items. When your backpack's empty, it also makes it easier to quickly identify the items on the sell tab that you need to transfer to your vehicle. As a warning, if you've carefully planned out your trips as I did with my long game break video, be sure to pack your vehicle with the correct items. If you've accidentally filled your vehicle with all lightweight materials, you won't be able to store those heavy stacks until you free up some space first. In this case, my plan says those calibrated servox should be in my backpack and the spice melange in the vehicle. I won't be able to add that spice until I remove those servox first. After retrieving my standard inventory items, I'm just quickly showing you that the ornithopter is full and doesn't have room for more. Now I just load the remaining items into my backpack, which matches my plan. You can see here all of the stuff that we've now moved to our vehicle. And now that we're done, we can take all of these materials back to Haga Basin. To show you deposits, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the exact same materials, my Trip 2 materials, and deposit them back into the settlement bank. But first, it's that time, guys. Please help support the channel by subscribing. You can also leave a like or comment, which really does help with the algorithm. And if you happen to be interested in live gameplay, I do stream weekly on Twitch, and I really do appreciate your support. Thank you so much, guys. While the process of depositing the items uses a very similar technique, it does have a very significant additional challenge. As before, moving stacks through the exchange terminal are limited in volume to the stack size you can hold in your backpack. Here we can see a number of stacks that my backpack simply can't hold. Others that do fit can be transferred. And we are able to move as many stacks from the vehicle as we're able to hold. Now we see I have a bunch of material stacks that I can't withdraw because I can't hold them in my backpack. In this case, we can split the stack by using a sales transaction. This process is pretty tedious. First, you have to list the item, and in this case I'll do that for 1 Solari each so that I can minimize exchange fees. If you don't know the exact number you can hold, it's kind of a guess. I then have to cancel the order, and then take those canceled materials out of the exchange and I can move those to my backpack. Of course, there is some inherent risk that another person could actually purchase that item in the short window of time before I canceled it, so you have to be careful. I wouldn't really want to do that with my spice melange or my expensive vehicle parts. Here I process and cancel a couple of orders to see if it goes any faster. The values are resetting, so there's not a lot of time savings. And in this case, I can't carry both stacks of my canceled materials. I actually have to come back to get the second stack. For me, this process is way too tedious. Let's make this easier on ourselves. It's much better to pack the materials in your ornithopter correctly. I've flown back to Haga Basin, and here I am separating my materials into manageable stacks. By moving each stack through your backpack first, you're sure to get the exact stack sizes that you can handle. I prepare all of the materials in my vehicle so that each stack fits in my backpack. Now we can return to the settlement and avoid breaking down our stacks with tedious and potentially risky market workarounds. Again, I've highly edited this down, but you can get a sense of how many terminal and bank transactions are required. Unfortunately, The current requirement to transfer items through our character significantly increases the number of stacks required to deposit heavy materials into the bank.
Welcome. Would you like to dip?
And there we have it. We've redeposited all of the items back into the settlement bank. Kind of painful, but we got it done. When we talk about maximizing our backpack size, look how many plastanium ingots I can carry in a stack with my normal loadout. It's best to free up as much backpack space as possible. The backpack can hold significantly more if you remove all of your gear items. If you have a lot to transport to the settlement storage, be sure to balance your storage so that you make good use of the vehicle's slots and volume. We can see that the medium ornithopter is filled with this many ingots. Now I'm changing out ingots for components. And finally, we have an efficient payload of heavy ingots and lightweight component stacks that completely fill the ornithopter. In reference to my long break video, you can see that it's possible to move the items from your settlement bank to your vehicle as shown for the 3 trips out of the settlement. However, filling the settlement bank in stacks that fit your backpack will take significantly more trips. Just a couple final tips. As you can see, it's a lot of trips. It's yet another reason to have your base near the shield wall in Haga Basin for quicker travel and access to that world map. And when moving a lot of items in and out of your settlement bank, I highly recommend always doing this in Arakeen. The bank is just at the top of the stairs from the ornithopter landing. It's a lot less travel on foot than Harko Village. The development team has noted that access between the bank and vehicle at the settlement will be improved in the future. For now, the process that I've shown is what's currently available to us. As you can see, the settlement bank is really plans within plans. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for your support. Until next time.